So
Select
this
starting location.
should now be match K. Double check that. Oh no, actually I'm talking complete and utter rubbish. This is not match K. This is match T, which is the third round in the losers section of the AndreasG casual. So we have AndreasG himself versus Scrub Vader, aka Admiral General.
Here, one back.
Okay. This is
Still like halfish eating, halfish drinking, so...
yeah, no worries. I've been sitting here with a beer on the desk in front of me.
Nice. Have you played this map before?
I have, but once again, only team games. It's
Okay.
part of that's personal preference. It's an odd one. There's water and quite a lot of metal in the water, but it's hard to lock down and hard to get into quickly because it's a long walk kind of up here for the commander to get into the water.
Yeah.
Or
Usually
alternatively,
people make it with fabricators.
yeah, you can get in there with the fabber, but it's a risk to get in there with air fabbers.
Yeah, usually you just really run near the edge and make it. You can make it also, if you're there, you can make a naval there
Yeah.
or something like that.
Alternatively, I've also seen people make naval here and just push out the long way around
Mm-hmm.
and sort of unexpectedly appear with ships in these mechs. So it's...
So we got AndreasG in the purple, starting bots first.
Yep.
On the other hand, we have in the black Admiral General, Shrub Vader, who is also going bots into air.
Yeah. So both going bots into air.
He's playing greedy as fuck.
Yeah. And they are both exactly equal. Oh no, now they've swapped. Admiral's gone more fabbers. Whereas we've got a scout out of... Got an air scout out of Andreas and a pelican with a fabber. Quite possibly coming to take this little island here, if he can get it. Which he needs to hurry up, otherwise he's going to get shot down. But
Oh yeah!
yes, he landed it. Okay. But if the next unit out of there is a bomber... Oh no, he's not got any bombers. Yeah, because if you can hold this, it's quite... the mountains blocking the ramps mean that it's actually quite hard to hit anything on there with naval, unless you get the T2, these... I've completely forgotten what they're called now.
Stingray?
Yeah,
Because they shoot high in an arc.
yeah, the rockets go up and over, which nothing else does. That's actually the same for all the way along the
Pelican
base.
is gonna go down to the fighter. That is unfortunate.
Where was that?
Here.
Ah, right, okay. So he's just going to have to walk up there. Oh, or was he trying to grab the middle island?
No. He had something inside it. I think he had a Faber or something. Maybe Comet Faber.
Oh dear. He's going to lose that as well, because the bomber's coming over.
He does have the magical island. This island is so important.
Yeah, getting a radar up on it as well now, so we can see everything that's coming and going. AndreasG being defensive, expecting those couple of docks. Oh dear, but that bomber's doing a lot of work. He's killed another Faber over here. Admiral managed to get up an anti-air turret over here, but he's still not taken those 2 metal, and is being a lot slower at getting those 2. So, and is floating so badly at the moment. Nearly 40 metal and 1600 energy. Despite being behind in the eco, so I think if we have a look, yeah, Andreas has a huge factory lead. He's trying to get up a naval factory now, but Admiral's getting up a pelter here, which might be able to take down the naval factory, or might just mean that anything that comes out of it dies pretty quickly.
Yeah. But the raid, I think AndreasG might just be in time here. On the back. He's on the land, he can fire back. He has more docks.
Yeah, and he's got AA, so...
So this is quite annoying if you're like Admiral General. He just made a lot of fabricators.
God. Yeah, a lot of fabricators. Lost the Fabbers and a Pelican. And he's got the air now, but he's ignoring the docks. He's going to lose 2 mechs to docks that he could have flown over with those 3 bombers.
Yeah.
And he's just letting them take it out. Some of that might be coming into this straight off the back of a 30-minute. Quite.
I do feel he is expanding a little bit faster on the land.
But he's still a long way behind.
Wait, no, he's not actually.
No, there's a... Okay, that Fabber isn't idle, I thought it was, but... Oh dear. It's picked the wrong target. That Fabber's going to get out of the... So, we got this pelter going up over here. Okay, no, he's noticed it, he's taking it down. I don't know if... Alright, I think the Fabber might be just out of range. But that that pelter is well placed. The fact it managed... Anything that starts getting built in the naval factory just gets killed immediately. Admiral's going to, if the 2 sets of docks here meet, Admiral's going to clean up quite nicely because they're streaming in, but he's not going to see them, so he's just going to lose Fabbers to a string of docks.
How is the land game of Admiral looking?
Not great. He had some tanks, and I think he just lost all of them to a bomber pass. Oh. And he's about to lose all the docks he had as well. And there's just little clumps of little 1s and 2s of docks taking out a Fabber. If they go over there, they'll find another one. They're heading in the same direction as a Fabber over here. Oh. And he's getting up. Andreas is getting up another naval factory over here in a safer spot.
That might actually be pretty smart.
That said, Andreas is he's catching up, or still managing to spread out on the eco, but he's built a bit too much energy because he's floating. He's got 2 and a nearly built factory sitting idle. He's trying to get a naval factory out himself, but I don't think that's going to get up. I suspect that's about to get... Oh no, he's about to lose metal instead. It's unprotected against bombers. Oh yeah, and Andreas has got another 2 naval factories going up there, 1 here. Personally, I think that's a bit excessive. I don't see any real reason for him to build 3 T1 naval factories. He's shut down Admiral's only T1 naval factory. He's raiding away all his mechs. There's mechs going down over here to docks. I think he picked up all the fabbers that were in there. He's got a bigger land army in the middle. Personally, I'd have got up one of those 3 naval factories, and if I was going to do anything else in naval at all, would just have gone straight to T2. He's got air superiority, he could just push straight in this way with a couple of kaijus. Might lose 1 or 2 to the mines, but frankly kaijus were coming in that way.
It all takes a long time. And
yeah, but he's still building.
It's nice to have tier 1 factories as well.
But to defend against what?
You don't know.
I mean, I appreciate the T1 factories are nice, but his air army has flown over Admiral's base so many times.
He's doing it now though, but he just gets a couple of tier 1 factories up as well.
Though
I think this is actually good.
Oh, he's
because
also got
if
T2
Admiral, for
land
example,
up. That's
if
probably why
Admiral
he pushed.
if he spams out like 3, 4, 5 air fabbers and makes free some economy, he can throw down like a row of tier 1
You mean like
naval factories.
Oh, those. He did. That's what he was trying to do, but
Oh, they got shut down. Yeah, not sneaky
Yeah.
enough.
he's got another 3 naval factories over here, and he's stalling energy like nobody's business. He's got a T2 bot fabber over here, and he's just building more factories and no energy.
That's a vehicle.
Sorry, a vehicle fabber. And he's got another one coming out.
But look at how much that magical little island did. There's just an invisible circle around it, and
You can't
nothing
take
dares to go.
this makes. He lost 2
Yep.
factories here.
You can't go anywhere near it. It's just your place.
And actually, if Andreas does, well, Andreas can't go straight to kaijus, then he would need to get a stingray or 2 out of here just to clear out this island. Otherwise, you might be losing kaijus if they skirt too close on this way. Should he
I think
decide?
actually he will not. I think he will probably spam out bombers and bomb the 3 Galatos in order to wreck everything else after that.
Yeah, that's a possibility. But he's still... Oh no, he's now finally started getting up some T2 energy. Because it's running on 50% economy. It was. He's gone up a bit now. Oh, and actually, Admiral also has a T2 vehicle factory up. He's getting out some T2 metal. Oh, but the factory count difference. Andreas has 32 factories to Admiral's 16. But 9 of those 32 factories are tier 1 naval, which to me just does seem completely excessive. For having
Yeah, he
absolutely
will.
no naval threat.
he will probably be best if he will just like get all the mechs in the water, then get a little bit of boats anywhere, bomb down the magical island, and yeah, just stop all the naval factories except for maybe one or two.
I mean, he could stop all the naval factories now. Oh, there we go, he is actually building a Stingray. I appreciate he does need a few T1 naval units to deal with sorties like this. And it's also good anti-air to have. But he could just as well deal with them with bombers. Oh. And Admiral's about to lose another 3 air fabbers in a... Oh god no, it's not 3 air fabbers, that's 6 air fabbers. Just exploded after expanding here, and there go the 3 I was seeing before that. Only for the metal that he'd built to be pelted in away immediately anyway. But actually, Admiral has taken a metal lead. He's not been stalling so hard on his metal, so he's managed to get up his T2 mechs. But there we go. Oh, though it's actually coming in range. No, the torpedo launcher is... Yeah.
The torpedo launcher didn't do anything, did it?
No, it shot into the rocks every time. It hit the mountainside every time. There we go. Yeah, a single Stingray wiping out all of the metal he's invested into the middle there. But Admiral does now have the eco lead. And... okay, he's still got a significantly lower unit count.
He's firing into the mountain, and the pelter is not firing anymore at all.
The pelter's dead, I think. I don't know.
What?
Oh no, it's not. It's just black. It looked for a minute like a unit wreckage because it was because of the colours that he'd chosen. And what else? I thought I saw. Yeah.
Oh, drifters coming in. They're getting like instantly popped by the levelers. They were just looking at the sea. They were like, "Oh, wait a bit. Okay, kill them all." I'm struggling to understand what Admiral's spending all of his economy on. Oh, right, actually, no, I tell a lie, I'm not. There's a unit cannon going up over here. Andreas, are you getting back the eco lead?
Yeah, he's taking it back quite convincingly. Now that he has the energy to support it, it's... he's just got such a factory lead as well. But so many of those are air, and it'll only take a couple of flak turrets to mean that that air army can't do anything to the metal in Admiral's base. Genuinely, if he can get the scout off and can actually... Right, okay, yep. There is another... there's another unit cannon planned. Nothing yet being built in the first one, as far as I can tell.
He's going for the unit cannon snipe.
Yeah. If he can get a flyover, he can do it. There's nothing next to the commander.
This is true, but if he doesn't succeed, AndreasG will have the upper hand very soon on the naval, on the ground, in the air, everywhere else.
Excuse me. As discussed, here come the kaijus. and all it's going to take is parking that Stingray here, and most of his bombers are going to be a wet splat on the floor before they even get a look. And there's still a lot of undefended metal from Admiral. But they do have the units in the unit cannon.
I think if it's gonna work as planned, I think that Admiral can win. Oh, huge boom, boom! What the hell? They should lost an army of boombots. That was huge.
Oh,
They ran them into
he
dogs.
really needs to fly that air army over quickly before he and find out where the enemy comm is. Oh, I'm not sure if he's been scouted actually. No, he doesn't see it. Yeah, there we go. The scout is off on the comm. But there is also an army of levelers sat right next to him. But they are just driving past. The unit cannons are full and they're firing. This might be a somewhat unexpected GG.
Yep.
I think it is.
Or maybe not.
I think it will be. There is nothing that can stop that army. There's some bombers, but I think the commander might be dead.
Whoa!
Enemy commander
Yep.
meltdown.
GG.
Cow.
That was just... yeah.
Sick.
Yes. I can kind of agree with Andreas there, though, with the
Cam engaged.
claim of BS. He just...
Oh my god.
he left it far, far too late to get on with to do anything. He had a huge...
Sorry?
match. He had quite a impressive metal lead for quite a while, and
Yeah.
pissed about in the lake for too long. He could have basically ignored the water, built a teleporter sort of next to, pretty much at, he could have built a teleporter at the back door of Admiral's base and waltzed through it with T2 tanks. 10 minutes ago? Yeah.
Nah.
No, around the 8-minute mark, he had air superiority by a significant margin, and 50 units more. If he had built a teleporter on the plateau, because at that point, yeah, sure, Admiral had radar coverage of it, but he didn't have metal at the back, or he could have built it on that large plateau to the side, outside of the radar coverage. Could just have waltzed in with an army of Infernos.
Nah, I think, yeah, could have been, but that's pretty risky to go for.
Well,
If you're making all those infernos, then you're really dedicated, and also the enemy will know that something is up once he scouts so many infernos.
well, except how much of... At the 10-minute mark, Admiral could only see the first 2 factories that Andreas had, and 3 mechs. He'd not got any scouting information. He'd got a radar in the middle of the pond, and that was it.
Yeah.
And Andreas had nearly twice as many units. Admittedly, a lot of them were air, and there were a reasonable number of bots, but I think a single concerted attack would probably.
But yeah, the unit cannon is still pretty much underestimated. I think only recently people understand that it's still viable and good.
Yeah, but I don't know. I think Andreas
Admiral General is definitely a notorious one with that thing.
Well, I'm fairly sure that Andreas actually told him earlier on, for God's sake, no unit cannon snipes.
Seriously?
And then he left his commander sat in the middle of his base with nothing around it. And no anti-orbital defences.
Ouch.
He had the eco lead pretty much from the get-go. But yeah, his...
Alright, let's check out what they are up for.